Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be showing you 4 different ways you can use nail transfer foil. I can tell that you guys really liked the last video I did about nail foil. Thank you all so much for all that support on that video. So I decided I wanted to make another video about nail foil since you guys enjoyed the last one. I am also using my practice hand for the very first time today, and here she is saying hi. Alright guys, let's just get straight into the video now. By the way, I do have the dishwasher running, so I apologize if you can hear it. I hope it's not too loud. So the first thing I'm going to be showing you is just the regular way of applying nail transfer foil onto a nail. But the other 3 ways are going to be different. So first thing, I'm just taking my nail foil glue and applying that to the nails. I know the bottle doesn't actually say nail foil glue, but when I first bought it, it did say in the description that you can use it for nail transfer foil. So just make sure you can use the glue for nail foil. Usually it will be called nail foil glue. You can usually just type it in on Amazon and find a whole bunch of different brands of nail foil glue. If you guys want to see how to apply nail transfer foil onto your nails in a little more detail, go check out my last video I made about nail foil, and I do show it in a little bit more detail, and I also do it on my natural nails in that video instead of a practice hand. So while I'm waiting for the nail glue to dry on the nail, I'm just picking out my nail foil, and I decided on this blue floral one. It's super cute. And I find it a lot easier to use the nail foil when you just cut a piece off instead of trying to handle the whole roll while transferring it onto your nail. So I definitely suggest just cutting a little piece off that fits onto your nail. So once the nail glue dries, you can transfer the nail foil onto your nails. In my case, the nail glue turns clear when it dries, but you can also just touch it a little bit to see if it is dry. Just try not to touch it too much, because when you get oils onto the nail, the transfer foil is less likely to transfer onto that part of the nail. When you're transferring the nail foil onto your nail, just make sure the shiny side is face up and the matte side is face down onto your nail. As I'm placing the nail foil onto the nail, I try my best to make sure there's no wrinkles. It's almost impossible to make it so there's like no wrinkles at all, but I try my best to make sure that there are not very many. And then you're just going to want to rub it down, making sure to get every little bit of the nail, because if you miss a spot, it might not transfer. It's not 100% necessary to have any sort of tool, but I really like to use this tool right here. I'm pretty sure it's actually a cuticle pusher, but I do like to use it to help me get all the edges and corners of the nail. After you think you've gotten all of the nail, you can slowly lift up the nail foil and remove it from the nail. Finally, I'm going to put my top coat on, and of course you can use regular nail polish top coat, but I like gel polish, so I am using a gel polish top coat. And all that's left now is to cure it, and here's how it turned out. As you can see, there are little pieces the foil did not transfer over to, but overall I think it looks pretty good. It's really hard to get the hang of nail foil. Even if you're like really good at it, there will still be times where not all of it transfers to the nail, but I thought this was good enough for this video, and also since I'm doing it on a practice hand. Plus, I don't think it's too noticeable. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the second way you can use nail transfer foil. The next two ways are actually way easier than the first way I just showed you, and they also look really cool. I'm starting out applying black gel polish to the nail, and obviously you can use whatever color you want, but you'll want to keep in mind that some nail transfer foils you can see through, especially with darker colors. So for example, I'm using a black gel polish, but the nail foil I'm using is white, or it has white in it, and it actually will turn out gray when I transfer it onto the nail. So you will just want to keep that in mind when you are choosing your color you use as the base. And I did end up doing 2 coats of the black gel polish. I do want to mention that if you do not have nail foil glue, you can use gel polish as long as it has a tacky layer, which is what I'm going to be doing here very soon. For those of you that would rather use nail foil glue, or if you're using regular nail polish or acrylic or something like that, something that doesn't have a tacky layer, you can still do a base color and then just put the nail foil glue over the color. While I'm waiting for the gel polish to cure, I'm just going to pick out my nail foil. Now that it's cured, I have a tacky layer, and all I'm going to do is just take the nail foil and just like dab it on the nail, just in random spots, and it ends up looking super cool. I think this way of using nail foil is way easier than the last way, just because you don't have to worry about it transferring onto all of the nail. And as I did with the last nail, I am just adding the top coat. And here's how it turned out. I think this design would also look really cool with a metallic nail foil. For those of you that don't want to actually transfer the nail foil onto the nail, there's still a way you can use your nail foil. The reason I actually thought of this idea is because this nail foil I have here does not transfer. I do not know what's wrong with it, but I have tried and it just will not transfer one little piece. Like, none of it comes off when I try to transfer it. So I thought of a different idea I could use it for. I have a whole bunch of different colors of this nail foil, so basically what I'm going to do is just cut off little pieces of it. Now what I'm going to do is put a top coat on the nail, and without curing it, I'm just going to place those little pieces I cut off the nail foil one by one onto the nail. And then you'll want to cure it so that they stay on when you apply the next top coat. So I am applying the next top coat, and then I'm going to cure it again. Most likely it'll be a little lumpy, so because of that, I am going to file it just to smooth it out and make it even. And all I'm going to do after that is dust off the dust that came from filing the nail, and then add the final top coat. And here's how it turned out. This one is definitely my favorite nail out of all 4 of them that I do. I really like it, and it was also super easy, so that is a plus. The last one I'm going to show you is a little bit harder than the other ones, but it definitely turns out really cool if you do want to try it out. I'm starting out with applying this nude jelly gel polish. Once it's cured, I'm going to wipe the sticky layer off of it using acetone, but you can also use rubbing alcohol. And then I'm going to buff the shine off of it, making it a matte finish. Using this white gel liner, I'm going to paint a French tip on the nail. And like I said, this is my first time using a practice hand, and I also never paint other people's nails, so it felt weird to kind of do the French tip backwards because I'm used to just doing it on my own nails with the nails facing the other way. But after a few tries, I got it. And this gel polish does have a sticky layer, so I will not be using nail glue. But if you don't have gel polish, you can try painting the French tip using the nail glue. And while that was still curing, I decided on this pink floral nail foil. Just like I showed on the first nail, I'm going to be doing the same thing. There's still a few little spots that did not transfer over, but I felt like it looked okay, so I decided to put the top coat on, and here's how it turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. I really loved making this video as well. Make sure to like and subscribe if you did like this video, and I hope to see you in another video. Bye!